Right guys, hello. And before I start my verbal meanderings, I just want to highlight something to you. I'm a smoker, therefore I really do find ways of lighting cigarettes in any circumstance, okay? Which isn't much different from somebody in the woods who wants to light a fire. Yeah, because if I don't get that fire to light my stick, then I start to get desperate, and I do get into a real prepper mindset then. Desperation. So I'll give you the heads up, all right? A lot of bug out bag videos will say, well, you need some disposable lighters. No, you don't. Disposable lighters are shit. Okay, now I want to explain this. I've got two here. This one has got an electronic ignition. It's sea solid. It got wet when I was at work. You can see the rust in there already. Yeah, plenty of, well, actually not, yeah, there's plenty of gas in there. That lasted, what, 20 minutes with me. Okay. I always have a cachet of something to light fires with. So anyway, I've got this one here, which is a flint type, okay, disposable lighter. In fact, this was expensive when you buy them on their own, but it's the same crap. Yeah, what's happened actually is the flint, which I'll just take this off, the flint which is supposed to be on the end of that spring disappeared. Literally, there was nothing there. You get what you pay for at the end of the day, so this sort of shit, really don't ever rely on it. You can poke them with a hot poker, chuck them in a fire, you get a little puff of gas and a little explosion. That's all amusing, but otherwise, leave them out. They're not worth it. Okay, get yourself a gas powered fire stick like this and keep it dry. All right, this one has multi-purpose uses, obviously, for smokers like myself. Windproof, you can see the blue flame on there. Okay, will light anything rather quickly because the blue flame is quite hot. This is also a soldering iron. It comes in a soldering iron kit, and you can see the name Work Zone. So I've bought that from an Aldi's Lidl supermarket. Okay, now mechanic, yeah, I always need either oxyacetylene to free things off or cut metal, but I also have a plus gas kit, which is a Surefire 2 Rothenberger, which heats up nuts till they glow red. Okay, which in cases when they're seized, brilliant. Otherwise, it's a plumber's tool, so you can do pipe soldering, stuff like that around the house, or if you have to rig something up. Yeah, this type of thing, you can well, you can solder with it, you can light your fires with it, you can light your cigarettes with it, or you can burn away those horrible little insects like wasps. Yeah, remember when you were a kid and you used to do that? Cruel, isn't it? But I think that's a mechanism, an evolutionary mechanism to get rid of the bloody things. Yeah, so £12 they have in Aldi from time to time. You can also get a chef's flambe torch as well, which is just as good. I've had this 2 years in severe conditions. It's lasted okay, and it's refillable. Yes, so you can get those gas canisters and pump some more in there. There's a lot of flame in here. Okay, just a thought, one of those prepping things. Okay, so let's get on to the main subject. Okay, about meat. Yes, you've heard the news about the fertilizer companies going bust because they can't use the gas because it's too expensive all of a sudden in the UK. Therefore, the byproduct of that is carbon dioxide. They can't use that suddenly for gas products. So something like 60% of all carbon dioxide comes from fertilizer production. Yeah, why they've shut down, I don't know. I haven't really read the articles. If you want to study it, or you can tell me about it, let me know in the comments below. But the key thing here is about the carbon dioxide, which provides fizzy drinks, doesn't it, and beer. Also stuns animals in the slaughterhouses, plus they also use it for packaging and storage as well, plus they use it for welding as well. Carbon dioxide argon mix. Okay, so bit of a shock here really. It seems that we might have meat shortages now. I've got to explain a couple of things about my life, and the first thing I'll explain is I did some voluntary work for Friends of the Earth a long time ago, before the internet. So we're talking 1990s, okay, and I was studying recycling, landfill, and I came across a study. Now listen to this, okay. A certain period in the United States, there was a scam, a meat shortage scam, beef scam, okay. A bit like the toilet roll scam during COVID. Everybody rushed out and bought toilet roll because they thought it was in shortage, okay. The way they revealed this was there was a layer in a landfill of not so rotten meat, and the whole study was about the fact that the meat hadn't rotted down as far as what they thought it would have done under pressure and under anaerobic digestion. Actually, the meat was there, and they had packets with the dates on them, so we're talking the 1950s, okay. It was revealed in that study that that was a scam. It was a scare put out by the beef producers in the United States. People rushed out and bought loads of beef, realised that the beef was still available. They chucked a lot away. Okay, so this is a layer in the landfill, not a whole layer, but smattered in the landfill. There is more than enough meat to show this. Okay, so that's one key factor, okay, which has got my spidey senses ringing at the moment, because this news is mainstream, and usually when we have shortages, it doesn't really spill over into the mainstream until it's really bad, yeah. And I'm thinking, right, okay, so the industry is in a bit of a mess, but are they trying to create a shortage scare for people to go out and buy more meat because the meat producers have had problematical times trying to sell meat over a period of time? There are rumours of farmers culling their herds, aren't they, or getting rid of pigs, stuff like that. It's only a suspicion of mine. I'm not saying that's fact, but I always tend to look at the money first. Like I talked about the lorry drivers with the money, same sort of thing, okay. And we do see shortages. I saw this in one of the supermarkets I went in today, which doesn't usually have shortages. Today they have, and the guy just paraphrased what had happened on the news, which to me doesn't mean anything at all. The frontline shop assistants don't have any information, do they? No. So yeah, I walked away. I bought some meat because I usually buy fresh meat or processed meat or packaged meat from somewhere, and I've noticed a degradation in quality recently. Okay, now I go for beef burgers that are frozen if I can, that are 100% or 99% beef with a little bit of salt and pepper. Try and avoid the ingredients, but with things like bacon, yeah. Now I've got to tell you about this, about my missus and what she taught me in the Ukraine, okay. I noticed that they're using male pigs for bacon, which is unusual, okay. It smells different, it tastes different, and it doesn't really taste the same. It's got that yeah, not quite right taste. The same with the pork and beef mince I bought the other day as well. Not the best of qualities, to be honest with you, and I thought, I don't like this. Is this what we now have come to? Because we have shortages, we have now got to buy shite meat? Well, yes, I think so. I think so, yeah. So in the Ukraine, when I lived there, my missus taught me a little bit about the taste of meat. Sometimes you can taste the meat if it's male and he hasn't had his gonads chopped off. Young beef, for instance, has a different taste, and so does female pork. Okay, they all have different flavors. Okay, so I learned a little bit, and I thought, yeah, I know the difference here. They're selling me shit. Yeah, they're selling me old animals. Okay, so right, I'm not happy with that. And I think with my suspicions, which I can't prove, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to fall for this scam of going, oh, there's a meat shortage, I better buy loads of meat and freeze it. What I've done with the reconnoiters, with the reconnaissance vehicle, the bicycle, I've told you about that in a vlog, yeah. The missus and myself, we go out bike riding in the countryside, and I'm always keeping my eye out. And I came across a farm not too far away that sells grass-fed Angus beef, okay, but wholesale, yeah, so you have to buy half a side or something like that. Lamb, and goat. Yeah, and I grabbed his number. I'm not going to show you. Because it's local to me. I don't want anybody creating a demand or nicking what I could possibly have. Yeah. I also went into the butcher's in the local town, and he had a side of beef out, and I said, how much is that? And he told me 400 quid. I thought, whoa, that's expensive. But grass-fed beef compared to normal beef, or grass-fed animals basically that have been not fed soy and they've not been fed crap, okay, like a lot of factory farming does, okay, this means that the meat comes out better, the finish comes out better, and actually with beef it comes out as a marble effect. It's got fat running through it, which is healthy. It's not got half as much crap in it, yeah, but also you get more nutrients in the meat itself, yeah, and that includes the organ meat as well. Okay, so a little bit of a Google search just to see who's selling grass-fed beef, and very local to me, Norfolk Beef Company with Hereford herd. Yeah, so the prices are here, okay, which looks a bit expensive first of all, but actually if you think about it, that's high quality meat which you can get, which you look in the supermarkets. Actually, if the prices go right up, you're paying for shit, yeah, whereas you're going to buy good quality meat from a farm. There are plenty about in the UK. A quick Google search, you can see what is in your local area. There's one here which is in Devon, around that area. But if you live in the city, you can always have it mail delivered, can't you? You can buy a big order, process the meat how you need to, freeze it, or turn it into beef jerky or something like that. Then you have good quality meat, okay? I'll leave a link below here about grass-fed meats from Thomas DeLaura, who talks about the keto diet as well. This is how I first found out about it, yeah. And in the States they have something called Butcher's Box, which is fresh meat delivered very quickly, yeah, and that's higher quality. Now, for your health's sake, high quality foods is always the best, and getting away from factory farming and from the shite they're actually now supplying in the supermarkets. Now, I know that's an accusation, but that's how I feel it's going now, okay, is to look for alternative feeds. And I've just given you one, grass-fed, okay, a little bit more expensive, better quality, yeah, but if the prices are going up in the shops, you might find that if you can secure stuff locally, like I've said before, all the better, yeah. So watch this space, because what I will do, I'll do a comparison at some point when I've learned to cook. We've got the barbecue out in the summertime, yeah, and we'll do a barbecue and use some of this meat, yeah, because when you buy a box, you're buying a lot of meat in one go, and you have to do it. But this farm here, look at the meats they have. Of course it's enticing. If you're a good cook of meats, then you can process that, make it into good stuff for yourself. And if it's anything to go by with this great reset where they're going to tell us that we're only going to have meat as a treat, well, yeah, okay, let all the meat go from the supermarkets, yeah, let all the crap go from the supermarkets, let people eat vegan burgers, yeah. I will talk about veganism in a while, and I'll tell you why I'm not a vegan, yeah. Although I've got nobody against doing it, it's just that they are going to try and get everybody into that because they think cow farts are bad for the environment, yeah, and I would disagree with that, and I'm pretty sure some of you do too. But that's for another day and a different debate. So, if you are actually eating quality meats like grass-fed meats already, let us know in the comments below where you source yours if you're happy to share with it. I can show you on the internet. You just type in, and you can then go through, you can put it in your area and have a look. Mine is in Norfolk and it's not very far away, so I can actually go and inspect what they're doing before I buy the meats, and I know what good quality meat looks like now, and I can always take the wife along because she has got a good eye for quality, yeah. The Ukraine, after the collapse, people were selling any shit as they are now because their economy is absolutely fucked, yeah. That's another story, but yeah, basically they're going through troubles, therefore the quality of stuff is going down. This is what we're getting in this country as well, okay. So just from me, preppers, you've got to eat well, you've got to eat really well, and your body will reward you for it at the end of the day, right? So anyway, So now from me, that's 14 minutes of information, possibly. Yeah, so see you in the next vlog. All right, take it easy. Yeah.